From the Chattahoochee Tech Studios, this is your Paulding County Cast, catching you up on the latest news, social media, all the interesting happenings, and a whole lot more right here in Paulding County.
Welcome to your Paulding County Cast. I'm Melissa Carter, along with Doug Harding. Why don't we take a look at our top stories? Well, the Paulding County School District is introducing its first K-9 officer radar to enhance safety and security starting for the 24-25 school year. Officer Travis Kirkland will undergo training with radar to help prepare her for duty in the fall. Executive Director of Safety and Security Mike Ruppel highlighted that radar's presence will bolster security measures and promote a sense of safety among students and staff. The addition of radar reflects the district's commitment to layered safety initiatives. This from the Paulding County School District Facebook page. I'm telling you, if I had a dog at school, I would love that. I mean, I know it's there to protect and it's on duty. I'm just thinking of the kids, how cool it is that there's going to be a dog there.
I wonder if they're going to be allowed to pet the dog. Probably not.
Probably not, right? I wouldn't think so.
All right, Melissa, I've got some disappointing news here. Okay. All right. Hooters announced plans to close several underperforming locations nationwide due to market pressures, as reported by various news outlets, including NBC News and CNN. The closures are part of a strategic decision to shutter stores that are not meeting expectations. Despite these closures, Hooters emphasizes its resilience to the new restaurant openings domestically and internationally, as well as the launch of new frozen products in grocery stores. The exact number of closures and specific locations were not disclosed by Hooters, though. Reports indicate states like Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Rhode Island, Texas, and Virginia will be affected. The Hooters in Hiram has already closed, and many customers are confused as to why. So now you know. Sorry, Hiram, about that. Other restaurant chains like Applebee's, TGI Fridays, Boston Market, California Pizza Kitchen, and Red Lobster have also faced recent closures or financial challenges. This from WSB.
This is all post-pandemic, right? Because what is it, a full year or two that these restaurants were not doing much business, and now I think we're seeing the ripple effects of that. But one funny story, when I was in college, University of Tennessee, go Vols, there was a guy that took me out on a date, and guess where he took me on the date?
Oh, nice.
Not only did he take me to Hooters, but he also made me a napkin rose during the date. Just letting you know. Very romantic guy.
Oh, yeah. Sounds like it.
Well, Walgreens Boots Alliance, overseeing approximately 8,600 Walgreens and Duane Reade stores in the U.S., including 142 here in Georgia, has announced plans to implement a significant multi-year footprint optimization program. This initiative, revealed after the release of their third quarter financial report, aims to close underperforming Walgreens stores across the United States. So more bad news, right? The company, headquartered in Illinois, seeks to streamline operations and enhance efficiency by reducing its physical footprint. That is really sad. Specific details regarding the number of locations of closures in Georgia or nationwide have not been disclosed as of now, but, I mean, this is from the patch, by the way, but the best places to buy holiday items, random holiday decorations, is Walgreens.
Yeah.
I'm telling, especially after the holiday. So after 4th of July, go into Walgreens, buy all the clearance 4th of July stuff. After Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving, but that's sad. I'm sorry so many businesses are doing poorly.
Well, here's your weather. It's going to be partly cloudy today in Hiram and Dallas, high of 92 and a low of 74. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 93 and a low of 73. Tuesday will be sunny and we'll have high of 90 and a low of 69.
Still in the 90s, but that's all right. We're making it. We're making it, Doug.
Learn how to succeed and win big in life, plus much, much more. Listen to the Red Hot Read podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
98.7 Chat Tech, where 98.7% of our students earn a career.
So for each of our programs at Chattahoochee Tech, we have an industry advisory committee. Those are people in each given industry that will employ our graduates when they get finished with our program.
We have students that are placed at manufacturing companies such as, let's say Glock, for example, the gun manufacturer, because they have machinery that's running 24/7 to create the guns. So all the way from that to healthcare, where like hospitals, for example, they're running 24/7 and they have machinery that needs to be running 24/7 as well.
My program is specifically for students who want to be in healthcare, but maybe don't want patient contact. Maybe they want to be in healthcare, in a healthcare field that's recession-proof and they're helping people, but maybe they don't want blood, body fluids, any of those elements in their life. So they may choose healthcare management to be on the opposite side of the patient care.
Visit chattahoocheetech.edu, where 98.7% of our students earn a career.
And we're back with more of your Paulding County Cast.
Jody Goodman, who is the former executive director of Carroll County Mental Health Advocates, has gotten 30 years of probation, full restitution, even though these are felony charges where she stole from the nonprofit. Over $20,000 is what she took. The theft included things like Christmas trees, food, hotel rooms, even a softball uniform for her daughter. So the nonprofit is now focusing on trying to get, trust and integrity back with new leadership. Jacqueline Simmons pretty much expressed what most people said, and that was probation. Again, she stole $20,000 from her organization, 30 years probation. So Jacqueline Simmons said, probation. And this, folks, is why criminals are back on the streets to still be criminals.
You hear this all the time about people stealing from their own companies, nonprofits. And they spend it on dumb things, and look what happens. So she learned her lesson.
I hate that our podcast, this episode, seems quite glass half empty, because I wonder if people are stealing from their companies because they're not doing well. And then these companies are not doing well. And so it's just this ripple effect, but it's never the right decision to do that. From the What's Happening in Paulding County Facebook page, Bobby Blackwell Smith is talking about graffiti on Old Harris Road on Commerce Drive, saying, please keep Paulding beautiful. This needs to be cleaned up ASAP. Sandra Nicholson said, rather see that than all the trash, cigarette butts, and grown-up weeds around the county. Patty Along said, I like it. It's not vulgar or offensive in any way. Pretty dope. And then Vicky Frost said, commissioned street art is one thing, and a great opportunity for local artists to showcase their talents in an approved manner. Random graffiti just looks bad and gives a bad overall feel to the area. I got to tell you, Doug, when it's artistic and cool and colorful, I kind of like it.
I've always said that there are some really talented graffiti artists out there, especially if you go by train tracks and you see the cars go by, and there's some pretty nice looking graffiti there.
The ones I don't like are just the initials with just the black paint that you see on like street signs and stuff. Or, I like when it looks like a piece of art. All right, your weird story from the day comes from Essex. In a trial of Gavin Plum, he's 37 years old, accused of plotting to harm Holly Willoughby, a U.S. police officer. And she testified that he infiltrated the online group Abduct Lovers, where Plum allegedly discussed kidnapping and harming Willoughby. Now, this is just not okay. Using the alias David Nelson, the officer exchanged messages with Plum, a little undercover operation there, who shared details about Willoughby's routines and locations, along with photos of his alleged abduction kit and chloroform bottles. This is really disturbing. So the officer believed Plum posed an imminent threat, obviously, noting Plum's seriousness about the plot despite being asked if it was a fantasy, and Plum denies all charges related to these allegations. This is from Sky News, but it's just, I believe in the freedom of expression, but if you're expressing criminal activities or the desire to do criminal activities, I think there's something wrong there.
Yeah, you're not ticking right there. And this Plum, first of all, having a weird last name, but no, I'll take that out.
He's a creeper. Definite creeper.
And here's some events to get you out of the house.
All right, here's what's happening in Paulding County Wednesday, the 3rd of July, beginning at 5 o'clock. 18th Annual Fireworks Display Extravaganza at Villa Rica Sports Complex. Wednesday, also that same day, is beginning at 6 o'clock, Fireworks Spectacular at New Season Church in Hiram. And then on the 4th of July at 6 o'clock, Guardians of the Jukebox Independence Day 2024 in downtown Dallas.
Get it? Guardians of the Galaxy, Guardians of the Jukebox, and it's going to be all oldies music. I love that. That's great. Of course, we're in summer break where the students don't have to be in school, but what about teachers being in school? We're going to talk to Dugan Elementary School teacher Christy Howell, who is in D.C. to attend an institute for teachers. She'll tell you all about it coming up next.
Life's a constant hustle, and at Credit Union of Georgia, our focus is crystal clear. It's all about you. Juggling a million things? We get it. That's why we're committed to providing the best service imaginable. We're not just your credit union, we're your financial allies. Knowledge is our power, from crafting basic budget plans to navigating the local home buying scene. Questions popping up? We've got you covered with fast, friendly answers. Because we want you to spend more time living your life. Imagine a financial institution that truly cares. That's Credit Union of Georgia inviting you to join us. If you live, work in Bartow, Cherokee, Cobb, Dawson, Paulding, Pickens, or Union County, we want you as a member of Credit Union of Georgia family. Because here, you're not just a member, you're part of a community that cares. Ready to experience banking that revolves around you? Call us at 678-486-1111 or visit cuofga.org. Credit Union of Georgia. Your financial journey, our priority.
Let's meet some of the interesting people in our neighborhood.
We have with us Connie Dugan Elementary School teacher Christy Howell. Miss Howell, thank you for being a part of the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, as we're recording this, Miss Howell is in Washington, D.C. because she was selected to participate in the Civics for All of U.S. Summer Teacher Institute. Did I say that correct?
That's correct. And it's sponsored by the National Archives and its foundation. So, yes, I'm very blessed to be here.
And only 50 other educators across the country are at this institute. So, I mean, it's a huge honor. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. It is such a huge honor. And I have just been I just can't tell you how inspiring and how amazing being able to be here and witness all and take in all I have this week.
What are some of the highlights? Like, what does this involve? Are you in classes during the day? What's going on?
Well, yes, we are in sessions. We are in classes taught by wonderful teachers who are on staff with the National Archives, and their background is education, but they are here to work with teachers in order to be able to empower us to come back and feed our students the whole concept of who we are and what the United States stands for.
I tell you, I'm trying to remember what grade I was in when I first visited Washington, D.C., and I think my parents waited until I was starting to learn some of the history of the United States. So it could have been as far as the sixth grade. It was somewhere in that area. And I just remember being completely overwhelmed by just the visuals of D.C. as well as going into the different places that I had learned about. And so how will you bring that back to the students and to the other educators as well, I'm sure?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I'm so excited to be able to come back. This week, I have been given so much information about the resources that are provided, not just by the National Archives, but by the Capitol Building, by the National Portrait Museum, and just so many other, they have worked with other organizations in beefing this program up to where I'm coming back just filled with resources. And it's just so important that I stay current and I dig deeper to be able to encompass what social studies means and is to our students, and to be able to put that into other subjects, because in elementary, our time is needed in those core subjects such as reading, math, and writing. So anytime that I can combine social studies and science within those major three, it just gives me the power to make the students' time so much more valuable.
Is that a challenge for teachers that parents may not understand, is, like you said, resources and staying current with all the things in order to teach even younger and younger students this material?
Oh, yes, ma'am. If we don't stay current, then we get stagnant and we can't make sure that our students are getting what they need, because history is being made every day. And if we don't stay current, we're not going to be relevant to our students. And we have to be relevant to our students. All teachers have to be, but especially those teachers who have been in the classroom 10, 20, and for myself, 26 years. I mean, it's so important that we are out there working at our profession and we don't get comfortable with just doing what we've always done. And our county does a great job of assisting with that and keeping our standards up to date. But to know that there's new resources developed all the time is just amazing.
Well, Miss Howell is a rock star, because my understanding is last year you were like one of 25 teachers from, again, across the United States to attend the first 9/11 Memorial Summer Teacher Institute. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. I was in the first, I was selected. I just can't tell you how, I know I've said it, but I just can't tell you how blessed I feel to have been a part of that. And then to be a part of this, because it's not just the resources that I'm given, but it's the people and the connections and the networks that I'm building. Just this week, I have met people who have said, we'll Zoom into your class. We'll help you teach this. We'll do this and that. And last year when I went to the 9/11 Museum and I was able to come back to Dugan and present it to the faculty and staff there, and to hear my colleagues say to me, oh, I taught this, I taught that. My class wrote letters to the 9/11 Museum and we got something back. And to know that we are actually doing those things and that I can contribute not just to my students, but to other students within my school and within my county. And that's just so important to me, that I not just touch just those students that's on my roster, but I want to help all teachers and all students that I can. And, you know, the 9/11 experience is not in our textbooks, is not in our standards at this point. And we need to incorporate those items along with so many more that are overlooked. It's history. We need to focus on the history. This program is focused on civics, where teaching students to be good citizens is the goal. And it's really covered so much. It's just unbelievable. And to teach the power of Congress and the people branch, it just gives me goosebumps at the thoughts of the lives that I can touch.
Dugan Elementary School and your students are lucky to have you, Miss Howell, and we were lucky to have you on the podcast. I know your time is limited, so I'm going to let you go, but thank you again so much for being a part of it, and enjoy your time in D.C.
Thank you so much, Ms. Carter. Have a great day.
All right, you too.
Whether you're new to church, have been a Christian for many years, or looking for a fresh start, you're welcome at New Season Church. New Season is a place where people can believe in God, belong to a family of believers, and become fully devoted followers. We exist so that people far from God may experience life in Christ and become fully engaged followers. Join us for one of our 2 Sunday services, 9 or 11 a.m.
Hi, this is Pastor Steve Flockhart. Whether you're new to the Paulding community or have been here since the day you were born, New Season Church is a place where all are welcome. From our exciting children and student ministries to our engaging Bible studies and small groups and events, I promise New Season Church has a place for you.
New Season Church, just off Highway 278 at 4457 Atlanta Highway in Hiram. We exist so that people far from God may experience life in Christ and become fully engaged followers. New Season looks forward to seeing your entire family this Sunday, and feel free to check us out online at newseason.cc. We believe what comes into our minds when we think about God is the most important thing about us. We look forward to seeing you Sunday at 9 or 11 a.m. at New Season Church in Hiram. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the Paulding County Cast wherever you get your podcasts. Checking your sports, the Hawks, congratulations to them. They had the number 1 draft pick in this year's 2024 NBA draft. They chose a Frenchman, Zachary Rizache.
Well, hopefully this will do something.
Yeah, maybe it'll make even more exciting for the Hawks in this upcoming season. And look forward to that, too, because it's always nice, getting the very first draft pick in the NBA.
Yes.
Because a lot of times that number 1 draft pick does awfully, awfully well. So that is a short look at your sports.
And finally, 47-year-old Nathan Wright and 38-year-old Robin Rodriguez, both from Rome, were arrested after a routine traffic stop on North Street near Tolbert Street. Police initially stopped them for missing a brake light, but discovered methamphetamine concealed under the passenger seat. If you've got drugs in the car, then you probably should make sure that both of your taillights are on. Wright faces charges of felony possession of meth and a misdemeanor for the missing brake light. Rodriguez is charged with felony possession of meth and a misdemeanor possession of drug-related objects. Wright is held without bond, while Rodriguez's bond is set at $5,700. This from the Rome News Tribune.
Meth is a hell of a drug. Thanks for listening to the Paulding County Cast. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
This podcast is a production of BG Ad Group. All rights reserved.
This podcast aggregate content from other sources for informational purposes and is in no way trying to infringe on the copyrights or businesses of any other entities. All content posted up on the site is used under the Fair Use Copyright Law 107. All audio, media, and articles are copyrighted to the original owners. All audio on this podcast are embedded from YouTube.com and are owned by their respective copyright owners. No audio information are copyrighted or stored on our servers. The court ruled that linking or embedding copyrighted videos is not copyright infringement, even if the source video was uploaded without permission. However, we will gladly remove any audio clip upon valid request from respective copyright owners. Any owners also have the option to disable embedding his YouTube videos on other websites. News and press articles are owned by the respective copyright owners. Where possible, the appropriate accreditation or source of the article is given on the same page. The audio-video files on this site are for listening purposes only. Downloading of these files to one's computer is strictly prohibited. They are owned by the respective copyright owners. If it is in the organization's belief that the usage or specific content used on our site containing copyrighted knowledge conflicts with authorized use and or does not comply with fair use as described in the context, contact us through our contact page and we will remove the offending content immediately. Thanks for listening to the Paulding County Cast.